So Ryan, what is an assignment agreement in real estate?
Yeah, great question. If you're looking to wholesale real estate, if you're looking to just simply change the name on a purchase agreement, an assignment contract is actually a very basic contract in real estate. So if you guys have seen a real estate purchase and sale agreement, just to recap, that is the legally binding agreement for one party, which is the buyer, to purchase a piece of property, a piece of real estate from a property owner, which is the seller in that situation. So you can't have an assignment agreement without having a real estate purchase and sale agreement, right? There is no assignment of contract without that purchase and sale agreement. So first and foremost, you need to have an effective, fully executed purchase and sale agreement. What I mean by that is you need all the terms filled out, right? You need the price, the parties involved, the property address, earnest money deposit, close of escrow date. You need all the terms filled out. And you also need all parties' signatures on that contract for it to be legally binding. So assuming you have that, then what you can do is create an addendum to that purchase and sale agreement as an assignment agreement. So what an assignment agreement essentially does is transfer the rights and obligations of the purchaser, in this case, to another purchaser, right, to a different end buyer. And so what that effectively does is now the original purchaser is no longer the buyer on that contract. Mm-hmm. And so this can be beneficial for a number of reasons to both the buyer who's originally on the contract, which in our case is the wholesaler, and as well as the new end buyer, which oftentimes is referred to as the cash buyer, right, or the end investor. So what the assignment contract does, again, it just takes that purchase and sale agreement and swaps out with a new buyer, often for a premium, right? And this is where it gets exciting for wholesalers because this is how they make money using this piece of paper, which we call the assignment agreement, right? The assignment of contract. So on that agreement, which we'll actually walk through later in this video and show you exactly how to fill it out, is you can add your assignment fee. And so this is the premium, right? This is the payment, the compensation that the end buyer will actually pay the original buyer, right, the wholesaler, for the right to now purchase that property, to just slide in and have a already filled out, already performing, already executed contract for this new buyer to just slide into and fulfill the obligations under that agreement.
And we call that assignment fee also the wholesale fee. And for anyone watching, right, we said the word addendum. Just to understand, addendum means basically a change to the existing contract. And it can be an additional piece of paper just like this, like our assignment contract is, because we're going to use those words interchangeably. Agreement, contract, addendum, they mean the same thing. Just so, if you're hearing those words, right, you're getting into real estate and you're not familiar with it yet. And so, assigning a contract is our preferred method. And I want to ask you, why would you want to do an assignment maybe versus other ways of collecting a wholesale fee? Why is that advantageous? Why do we like doing it so much?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. It's very valid because there's many ways to wholesale real estate. And an assignment of contract is our preferred way is because it doesn't cost anything to assign a contract, right? Assigning a real estate purchase and sale agreement and wholesaling via the assignment method is the lowest cost. It's the fastest way to wholesale a piece of property once you have it under contract, because you can put a property under contract and within minutes, you can literally assign that contract and earn a wholesale fee. So it's the quickest, easiest. It's literally one page, right? Like I've seen other assignment addendums, but ours is foolproof. It's one page. It's very simple, as you guys will see once you download it, and we'll actually walk you through how to fill it out. But it's very easy to understand, and it's once you wrap your head around it and thoroughly understand it, you can see how powerful it is. So it's simple, and it's also, getting a little more technical. Earning an assignment fee is one of the most simple and easiest ways to earn income as a wholesaler. So when you go into the other strategies of wholesaling real estate, which include double closing on a piece of real estate, which is where you have two purchase and sale agreements and you're buying and then immediately reselling that property, you're actually flipping that property. and it very quickly, but that income is treated as profit from the sale of an asset, right? So when you're assigning a contract, that's just considered ordinary income. And when you're double closing, that's considered profit, right, from the sale of real estate. So there is a different tax treatment. There's different accounting that goes along with that. And there's also, right, there's another method to wholesale real estate, the LLC assignment. So we won't get into the details of that, but that can be treated as short-term capital gains. So again, assignment of contract is just simpler. It's easier for, new wholesalers to understand. It's very well understood by, title companies, by escrow companies, by really anybody in the industry, because assignments of contract happen, even in non-wholesale transactions. So it's just a very common agreement that happens all the time. So I think just from simplicity, from the ease, and just how fast it can really transpire is why we recommend it for new wholesalers, for experienced wholesalers, and it's just really the preferred method.
Yeah, it really is the easiest way to transfer the contract rights to another party. I mean, double closing, we can do that too. We have done that. There's just more paperwork involved, several pieces of paper rather than one, multiple contracts. Sometimes you have to have transactional lending in order to close the deal. And it's taxed differently. Yep. So the assignment agreement just way faster. It's why probably 95% of deals that we do, we use the assignment agreement. And now the next question is, why is it important to use a proven assignment agreement rather than some random one online, or maybe even making it up yourself when you have no idea what you're doing?
Yeah. I mean, just having been doing this for so long, working with, hundreds of students and just working with different wholesalers in various markets, all over the country, you'd be surprised at the different real estate contracts that, come across our desk, and, especially the assignment contracts that we see. And some of them are literally just a couple of sentences, and it's just really basic. So there's no protection for either party. It's not very clear and concise as to what's happening, so that even if you use a random assignment contract that's not very clear, right, someone else has to interpret that contract. Usually it's a title company or an escrow company. And the more clear you are and the more exacting you are with your agreements, the easier the transaction is going to go, the smoother it is going to be to collect your wholesale fee and ultimately make it a win-win. So it's good to know that you have access to a proven contract, right? We've closed a number of deals in this past month using this exact contract. And so just using something that has been accepted by title companies in multiple states, that can work with realtor purchase agreements that are available for, the real estate agents in multiple markets, or for off-market deals where you're working directly with the seller and you're using, something like our purchase and sale agreement. Like, this can go with any one of those contracts. So it's tried and true, and really just protecting both sides, right? Because there is risk in real estate transactions. No matter how safe the method is, right? Wholesaling is one of the safest ways to monetize in real estate, but it comes down to the contracts. Contracts are essential in wholesale real estate. So it is ultra important, really, to have that proven, battle-tested contract.
Yeah, and I think you said it best too, just having that clarity with any contract that you have, crystal clear clarity. So all parties, escrow, title, if you're using a real estate attorney, they know what the heck's going on. They can read this piece of paper. There's an understanding. Is there a deposit when the assignment happens? When is the assignment due? Is that at close or beforehand? Right? Having all of that clarity on one piece of paper is extremely vital. And like you mentioned, there's risk even if you use the most bulletproof contract in the world. And so depending on what state you're in, or no matter what state you're in, definitely check it out with a local real estate attorney too. Just make sure you cover your own bases. Double check everything that you're going to get. Be sure to get our free downloadable resources in the description down below. And if you want to build a hyper-profitable wholesaling and flipping business, then check out my full in-depth training at realestateskills.com/watch. I'll see you there, and happy wholesaling.